What's up, Goddess Gang? Today we are back with another video, and today we're gonna be featuring Madam Glam. You guys already know how much I love Madam Glam on my channel. What's up, Goddess Gang? Today we're going to give a special shout out to Madam Glam New York. As you guys know, we absolutely love Madam Glam at the Goddess Gang. They have so many beautiful colors to choose from. You can either get individuals or you can save by getting bundles. They have full size and they have mini size for us girlies who are a little indecisive. Not to mention the color palettes and the actual formula itself is just absolutely wonderful. Babes, when you check out at Madam Glam, you can select to check out as a VIP member for a subscription, or you can choose pay as you go and use my discount code to save. Don't mind my nails if they look a little busted, that's because they are. I just wanted to show you them nevertheless. This is Crystal Ball by Madam Glam. You guys have seen me unbox this on my channel in a previous upload. And these tips are actually from a new unboxing that you guys are going to see on my channel soon, so I won't spoil it. We are featuring Sky's the Limit by Madam Glam in this set as well. And we have a Madam Glam mini, and this one is called Wish Map, which, if you guys know, this is a super beautiful dark blue color. I wanted to create a monochromatic nail set, but I didn't necessarily want to only use, like, I didn't want to mix the colors with black, the color with black and white in order to create the shades. I just kind of wanted to use a what would be considered a darker shade and then what would be considered a lighter shade. So I chose to use these two colors. But I will say that if I would have used black instead of the Wish Map, maybe the end result would have been even better, or maybe if I would have still used black regardless. You guys are gonna see. I basically was creating this nail set that you guys are gonna see in a future upload. I have like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 new uploads for you guys. So when I keep talking about the next upload, it's because it is gonna be posted soon, and I kind of took a little bit of time to just film as much as I could, and then I had to work, and while I was working I edited everything, and now I'm kind of off work, so I'm here with you guys voicing over each video. So please excuse me for mentioning, oh, this video, that video, and all that. But nevertheless, so in a future video, you guys are going to see that I was creating these roses, and it was my first time. I created them from an inspo pic, which I'm going to talk to you guys about. And I had never actually done this correctly. And when I was working on it, I was like, this is what's so frustrating about working on roses, is that you can see tons of different rose art and none of it looks the same. All roses look different. And in real life, when you go to a garden, there's so many different roses. Here's the matte top coat by Born Pretty. We already went ahead over all the nails with that crystal ball color. So now I'm going to go ahead and mattify the nails. I have learned that this is wonderful for adding depth to your nails, but also for creating a nice, smooth, clean canvas. You could use regular shiny top coat, but I think that this is better for drawing on top of, because the feel is just way different. I actually prefer it. And the Born Pretty matte top coat, I really love. These are the double-sided brushes from Beetles that you guys have seen us unbox on a previous video. And here's the colors. You guys saw I had the darker blue, the lighter blue, and then I mixed them for like any in between color. And then I had the other color, what was it called again? I don't know why it's slipping my mind. Sky's the Limit. I had that one, and I was gonna incorporate it, but I kind of didn't want to. I still did, but you couldn't really see it in the end result, which it was a subtle, subtle, subtle flex, and I really wanted that to be like super subtle. And then the next dilemma that I came up with during this set was that when I envisioned it, I wanted the nails to be kind of looking like they were embossed. But when I was doing it, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this because it's pretty challenging. So I kind of strayed away from that. So you guys are gonna see that on this nail, the application is much thicker, but on the other nails, I wanted the application to be flat because that was the overall look that I wanted to go with instead. Um, but nevertheless, so when you're working on these roses, there's really no, like, there is an art to it if you want to be a perfectionist or if you want to be a professional, right? But if you just want to be like a DIY nail girly, or you just want to be like a first timer who stepped outside of your comfort zone, there is no way you can mess this up if you kind of just actually accept that. Like, I was working on, look at this, just watch it. This isn't the one that I was working on at first, but do you see how it already looks like a rose? And you're like, but how? Like, how? Like, and then you kind of start to second guess yourself, like, does it really look like a rose though? And so then, you shade it in or whatever. Now, this is not my best example. This is probably my worst because the first nail is always like a little bit awkward, right? But when you guys see that I'm getting into the flow of it, you're going to see that there's really no method to it except to be able to see the rose. Like, it's not, it doesn't have to be perfect because there's no such thing as a perfect rose. Um, I mean, now it does kind of depend on what aesthetic you're going for, but I kind of just wanted like a little vintage rose type of vibe. And so you guys are gonna see in the set where I was really like learning this. I'm not gonna tell you guys any sneak peeks about it. That um I really was going for like a vintage style rose. And so that's kind of how I want these nails to look like. It's some kind of vintage look. But nevertheless, while I was doing those first roses on the other side, I was like, I just need to marry the paint together. Really, that's all I have to do, and kind of like work it in a circular motion, make sure there's some shaded area and some highlight area that's consistent, and it ends up looking like a rose. And what I told myself is, the thing is, you can't, like, you just have to do it. You can't overthink it. You can't really plan it out. Uh, and I'm like, wow, so is this how some people come up with like the most amazing art ever? Like, they don't even think about it. They kind of just like, they just trust their body movements, they just go with the flow. And so that's kind of what this method is going to require. And again, this is a horrible example for you guys because like the first nail was so hard. But as you guys see that we continue to draw more roses, um, definitely anyone can do this. I swear. Trust yourself. So let's look at this one. Now, I started off by using like the same color. I wanted them to, I don't know, I just wanted a very vintage-esque look. What's up, Goddess Gang? I wanted to personally introduce you to my Amazon storefront. Here we have miscellaneous nail supplies, nail room equipment, nail accessory must-haves, nail art decor. The list goes on. We also have special features from brands that you guys have seen on my channel before, so be sure to go check out ScorpionGoddessNails on Amazon storefront. So I just go on with the original color, and then I add some of the other color to kind of shade it in and darken it a little bit, but still kind of keep that same color story. And some of the flowers are supposed to be like, bigger, and then some are just smaller. Like, for example, some are bloomed and some are in the phases of blooming and things like that. I found that the bigger that I made them, because I tried to challenge myself, but the bigger I made them, the harder it was to execute this method. So I don't know. I'll have to experiment again to give you guys like a little more feedback on like how to make them look better, because you guys are going to see that some of them didn't really look as wonderful as I wish they did. So I went ahead and cured that layer, and that's just to add some volume. And then here we go in. And look at, I'm just really not overthinking it. And I'm like, okay, that needed a little bit of a, do you see how beautiful that came out? And again, going back in, not overthinking it. And you just got to kind of like do this little circular motion. And when you end up adding like um leaves and things, like vines and stuff, the greenery, it starts to look even more. Look at this one. This is so pretty. Look at it. It's just so beautiful. And I think you kind of have to figure out where to put your center part, and once you kind of get the hang of that, I think it makes it even easier, because I feel like some of them that looked off, they didn't have the right center point. in order to look good. Now this one was pretty challenging, but the whole time I'm just telling myself like, just go with the flow, you know, fill it in. Don't overthink it. Even though it kind of was like pretty ugly, but look at how cute those little ones came out. So now we're gonna go in, and instead of using green, I'm still using the same color. So it turned out to look super vintage. It was, I don't know, I think they were cute, but I would have liked if they had even more roses on them. I just didn't really have the patience to like keep doing more roses. But you could see that they turned out very cute. The leaves are pretty easy to draw. If you've seen roses in real life, I think that makes it I think what really makes art even easier over time is when you realize that it's just you're just taking something you've seen and translating it into a picture. And so you really just can train your mind at some point, like you, because you'll I think when you're younger you kind of make these excuses up and they stick with you, but you think like in your head you probably think like, oh, that's hard, I can never do it. But when you get more mature and you evolve in life, I think you kind of be like, why can't I do it? Like, is it that hard? And that's kind of how I felt about this. That's why I wanted to practice more, and I cannot stress enough how important it is to practice. The set didn't necessarily come out perfect, or it wasn't really like that big of a hit. I don't even really like, it's not everything to me. It's okay. But it was practice, and I was really proud of myself for doing that. And it was essential for me to do because that's so much better than telling myself like, oh no, it's hard, you can't do it. But these ended up kind of looking like nail stickers at the end. So I was very proud of my work. I definitely would like for you guys to drop some comments down below. Let me know how you like these, because I think that they turned out so pretty and they're a total hit. At the end, I was torn if I wanted to top coat the flowers and leave the rest matte or what, but I decided to matte it. And also, before you add this layer, if you did a recreation, or before I did, on one of the sets I just put this color, this little glittery color right on top of the design. And then on the other nails, I had already matte top coated them. So then I just put it on top of the matte, and it ended up looking more, you could actually see it more when there was that layer in between, as opposed to it going straight on the finished product. So finish your roses, then matte top coat, and then add that the sky's the limit or the glittery color, and then matte top coat again. That was what brought more attention to the sky's the limit, as opposed to, you know, the other now. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Definitely let me know down below in the comments. Also, be sure to visit me for the next video. I don't know if it's going to be the particularly next video, but there's going to be a next video, but the next video where I'm doing these roses. So go ahead and subscribe, ring the notification bell, so that you can be notified when I upload that video, because it's a surprise for you guys and I'm really excited about it. And I'm not going to tell y'all no hints, because that's how excited I am. If you follow me on Instagram though, you may have already seen a little clue that I dropped. But until next time, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. Be sure to participate in the Guys Gang Nail Art Challenge, and I'll holla y'all. Peace. What's up, Goddess Gang? Today I wanted to give a special shout out and recognition to Maniology. You guys have seen Maniology on my channel before. You can save on their products with my discount code. And you guys, they are literally so amazing for my babes who really don't want to do hand-drawn nail art, especially if you learn reverse stamping technique. So be sure to use my discount code when you shop so that you can save on your Maniology.